Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever that you find yourself. I know we are getting. Okay, so you are watching the Broadness Moment with Boakyewaa, and this is the second edition of the interview that we brought to you from the farm. I told you that this interview will be in 2 sessions. My name continues to be Odikro Mame Boakyewaa, and you are watching the Broadness Moment with Boakyewaa. I'm right here at Otec FM, and I'm coming to speak to a gentleman. Yes, you saw him in another environment, in another atmosphere, and you are going to see him in a new set, and he's the same person. He's going to tell us how he manages and how he goes about it. Do not keep glued to your sets, keep glued to your phone, keep glued to your tablet, and listen as he tells you his story. Okay. Just like I indicated, I am right there in the office of Mr. Kwasi Sarpong Mantey, the general manager of Otec FM. Yes, and he was also the farmer, Mr. Mantey. On my show, we do high five.
We do high five
3 times. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Welcome to Otec FM.
Thank you. So Otec is what? 90 what?
1029.
102.9.
The pride of Ashanti.
The pride of Ashanti.
Yes.
Oh, I know Otec to be an old station, right? Like old. I think it's older than me.
Very, very old, yes, very old. The first radio station in this part of Ghana, the Ashanti region, before other stations came up. Otec happens to be the oldest of all the stations we have in the Ashanti region.
Okay. So tell us this bit about you when it comes to the corporate world, because we saw you in the field of farming, where you were in your farming years and all that, and right now you are looking all.
Okay.
like the same question. Okay, so tell us a little bit about this aspect of the Kwasi Mantey. Why this place is your name still Kwasi Sarpong Mantey, or you have another name?
Funny enough, nobody even calls me by my name. They call me by the title given to me by my CEO as a general manager for this radio station.
Okay.
So all you hear is GM. Only a few will call you by your name, but they will call you Mr. Mantey as in
Mr. Mantey.
Corporate world, yes.
Okay, so in the corporate world you are Mr. Mantey. Okay, so Mr. Mantey, tell us about this corporate world then. Has this always been, or you were a farmer and then, or this started before the farming and everything?
For over a decade and some years, if I recall very well, been in this industry for 18 years. And like I told you when we met at the other side, I'm a business person who's interested in farming. So this is where I make the little money that goes into farming. Most of the time, this is where I spend the greater part of my day or weeks. If I'm not in the farm, is what I do. But if I'm not here, then I'm far away in a fish area where I'm pushing all my funds and my resources. That's where I want to spend the greater part of my life. Where when I go off the corporate world.
How long has it been since you started this corporate stuff? Did you start right? Tell us a little bit about your background. Not the farming side, about the corporate side. Because you've heard the farming side in the previous one. So tell us about it.
When I talk about the corporate side, you tell me okay, fine. Somewhere in the year 2000, I found myself working with Capital Radio, where I spent 7 years from 2007. 2007, in February, I left Capital Radio, joined Kesben Group of Companies in June 2007. Worked there for Kesben FM and the other groups. Traveling to, as in the corporate Kesben, I worked there as a head of marketing for Kesben Group. From 2007 June to 2015 May, where I left Kesben again. Stayed out of radio for a few months. Came back again into the industry 2013 March, where I joined Ultimate 106.9, Otec FM,
wow.
Where I joined Ultimate 106.9 for a short period. Very short, for 8 months. Then went back to school. Whilst I was in school, I went back to, I called that station my grandmother, Capital Radio, went again to help the sales and marketing department. Then, after a year and some months at Capital, he's my godfather when it comes to radio.
Okay.
He's my godfather when it comes to radio. The first time we met, we fought. When we became good friends, and I have looked up to him over the years. He called me and told me he has a job offer for me if I'm in Ghana. I said yes. For now, I'm going over. I'm stationed in Ghana because I have my family in Ghana now. So I came to Otec, where I was given a big portfolio, the general manager for the station. So it's been from there coming up to where I find myself now. So I tell myself there's nothing new again. I need to see the industry.
Yeah.
So once I leave this office, that means I'm going off the industry.
Yeah.
I'll just stay back and not come back again.
In your elaborations, you were talking about the fact that you went back to school. Was it GIG? Was it what school? What course?
I'm a purely marketing person. I believe in marketing and advertising.
Okay.
So over the years, I have been with radio stations, but with events marketing department. So I went back to Winneba Commerce Campus to further my education. So from Winneba, I came to Otec.
Okay. So there is this school of thought. It's always been there. I'm also a marketing person, and they always say that if you're a marketer, you can be the CEO of any business, because in marketing course we study all the fields. Okay, now a little bit whispered to me that your background actually comes from fashion.
Yes, I am an art student.
art student,
Yes.
and they tell me you draw very well.
So
I'm hoping that by the time you finish, you just draw me. Can you get a pen? This is a black pen, you know?
Sure.
So you can draw me so that I can show it.
Okay, fine. My background is happens to be art.
Wow.
I remember my late brother made a statement. He said, "You are too fine to be a painter."
By then, it wasn't like this.
Yeah, it was normal visual arts where you are painting natural scenes, painting from inspirations. He didn't understand why most of the time he sees me preparing canvases for paintings. He was like, "You are too fine to be a painter. Get something doing." But he pushed me to go do marketing courses right after secondary school. But I went back again to Polytechnic to go and do fashion and textiles.
Wow.
Regular, higher national diploma in fashion and textiles.
I see.
That's the certificate I have, and yet to use it. I use it on my own and few friends who are very close to me when I have to do a sketch for somebody, and if I want to wear something for a special occasion, I just do the sketch. If I have time.
How good were you with fashion? Is it still embedded in you? Would you use it someday? Because I've known you for a while, and I know that you have a good sense of fashion anyway. So how good is your fashion? And will you make good use of it someday?
Someday, yes. Days when I go on retirement from the corporate world, and I'm not in the farm, I love to sit back and I do paint from inspiration sometimes. And with the painting, I'm sure I saw it on my way to the farm one day. It was a dead tree.
Okay.
And I had to do modifications. I call it the Tree of Hope. The painting I hang in my room. I'm sure one day when you visit, you can get to see it.
Yeah, I would love to see it. So now let's take you. I think the journey has not been that smooth.
It's not been.
The farming side, we asked you, and the corporate world, we are going to ask you, and then getting to the end, we are going to ask you how you manage the two. So, tell us some of the challenges through it all. Because 2007, where was I? I had completed Polytechnic, and he had finished his first job at Coperate. Can you imagine? Anyway, you are watching Entrepreneurs Moment with me, Mami Boakyewaa. The show is supported by High Ghana, High Loyalty, Hyperspace, EMB Ahimfe, and Think Africa Institute. So, do not move, because you are talking to Kwasi Mantey, a corporate person who is a farmer. Hi! Now, wow! He moved through it as a fashion person, through arts and culture, but then he later found himself loving the media industry, radio industry, and now he's the general manager for Otec FM 102.9 right here in Kumasi. Okay, Nana. So Hyperspace is located as a dream opposite the STC. For all your office spaces, now that landlords are charging high amount of money, you don't need to spend that much. With as little as 15 Ghana cedis, you can just walk in our office, you get internet access, all you need is your laptop. Just come in and work. You want to meet someone, a client, don't go and waste much money. Just come to Hyperspace, pay 15 Ghana cedis, and have your meeting with your client. We also have event spaces for 60 people and for 30 people. That little as 500 Ghana cedis, you get a projector, air-conditioned room, tables for writing, and a whole lot of package. Just visit us on our website, www.hyperspace.com. Now, we are going to start a photography class in September, and you don't want to miss. Visit our website, www.hyperspace.com/events, and check the events out. Nana,
yes.
The challenges. How has it been? You rising through from fashion to art, Capital Radio, Angel FM, Ultimate, and then everything.
I'm not an angel. It's not been. It's not been easy. With marketing people and with this kind of business, radio survives solely on the commercials we get. And when you are the head of department, the target alone, and managing your sales team, it's been hectic. But I'm happy everywhere I found myself working. I get one person who understands my policies who buys into my ideas, and he or she supports me throughout my period at the station. So it's been targets, achieving it, planning events, getting sponsorships. Now it's way bigger. Managing a whole radio station. Everybody.
But then it has prepared you for this.
It has.
So then there is this saying that the pains that we go through, the issues that come into our lives, they actually prepare us for the bigger picture.
Sure, it has prepared me. Where days when I was being chased by my boss to bring my figures, it got to a point I was also chasing other guys for their figures. But what helped me over the years has to be me being able to sell as well.
Okay.
So I was not picked from a different department into marketing. I started from marketing,
the sales agents and all that.
Rose through the ranks to where I find myself now. It's been a good journey so far. I have a lot to tell people who think marketing is just for quote unquote school dropouts. That's what most companies say. They want SHS people to come and sell for them. But your company will survive on the marketing people you see. Because they do more than just selling. They do research for the company. Once you present your company, your station to a client, the feedback you get helps you to know whether you're on the right path or not.
Exactly.
But when you pick just anybody to come and work for you, the person will do just anything for you.
Exactly.
But here at Otec and where I've worked, I look for people who are dedicated, who understand what they want to do, aside what they earn, who understand what they want to do, the brand they are building. Because today you are here, the person you come in contact with, as in the client, becomes a family member. Only when you service him well, that's where the person becomes a part of you, and the person decides not to leave where you find yourself but to stay with you. That's where you make extra money by servicing the client well.
Okay, so let me bring my next question to Otec FM. So now there's been an influx of a lot of radio stations around, and English. Now people, even this interview, are doing it in English. People love English, and I know Otec is mainly Chi, right?
Yes, we do 85% local language.
Yeah, local language. So how is it that Otec is able to still be on top and to get the listenership and everything? How do you guys do it?
It's a programming format.
Okay.
We just don't come up with any program. We look at what the people listen to us will accept. They have programs where they only last for a season. It has to be off.
Okay.
But our programming is targeted at not just getting listeners, but people who will benefit from that. Our morning show at Otec here is called Maize Farmer, which is aimed at educating people, pushing people to do their own kind of businesses. And the people on our morning show are not just politicians. We don't do politicians in the morning. We do people who can just tell you their side of the story, how far they've come, and where they are, and what they want to achieve. So on Maize Farmer, we do rabbit training, mushroom training, snail training, aside discussing the normal politics that happens within the day.
I think you've been giving them some ideas when it comes to farming. Because when we're on your farm, you really seek to, you seem to know what you wanted to do. So if they are doing this farming, then I think you'll be part of the panel.
You'll be surprised to know that I picked most of the ideas in farming from my panel members.
Wow.
My interest in farming started when I had an interaction with Mr. Kwasi Sarpong.
Oh, that man is a great man. I interacted with him at one event that I was an MC last year, and he really inspired me. He said he's a baker as well. Yeah. I would love to interview him one day. He said he's a baker, and he actually stands on the street at Macro to sell. And he's a great man. He's an inspiration to a lot of people.
So that's our programming. We look at what really matters. Everybody now, because of social media, everybody can read on politics, can read on entertainment. But it's not everybody who has the ideas to help people develop their talents.
Even when we put it there, we put the minimal for you to come to work together.
So that's what we do at Otec. It's about programming. We are staying on top. We are on top because of our programming.
Okay.
We do more of talk. We don't do more of music, we do more of talk. And the talk is all about the people who are listening to us.
Okay. So you are watching Entrepreneurs Moment with me, Boakyewaa. And today we are speaking to Kwasi Mantey, a farmer and a corporate person, the general manager of Otec FM. Now, the show is supported again by High Ghana and High Loyalty. Are you looking for employers? Nana, trust me, if you are looking for employers, I'll just recommend High Ghana for you. It's an international organization right here in Ghana that are helping employers. No, you are looking for employees because you are now a GM, right? So they help people to get employees and they help employees to get employers. So right now they sometimes have a pool of people looking for work. So if you're looking for marketers, if you're looking for broadcasters or something, you can just link up with them and they will help you get them. And then if you're also an employee, you've stayed in the house, you're looking for employment, just link up to them and then they will get you to get a job. Now they have a sister company called High Loyalty, and what they do is that they help you with all your content writing, especially when it comes to customer service. It's not every content that you put out there. Even the content you put out there should be a content that will carry people through. It shouldn't just be just anything. Build your content well, do research, customer research, let your customers experience the best that they can ever get from you. How do you do that? Connect with High Loyalty. The High is, as you see on the screens, HIRE, High Ghana, HIREGHANA. Yes, contact them, especially on LinkedIn. That is where you are going to find Irene and Spiros, who have come together to set up. The show is also supported by Think Africa Institute. It's a Sierra Leone organization supported by the European Union. What do? They consult for NGOs, charitable organizations. They've worked with a lot of organizations. Just visit them on their website, www.thinkafrica-institute.org, www.thinkafrica-institute.org. NGO consultancy, charity organizations, leadership works, name it. Just visit them and know for yourself. They are in Sierra Leone, but they are open to work in all European Union countries and even beyond. You are watching Entrepreneurs Moment, and I'm here with Nana. So Nana, before we wrap up, I want to ask you, how do you combine the two? Farming, corporate world?
It's not been easy. Neither is it an easy task. There are days where I have to work extra hours deep in the night so I can skip my early hours of working at Otec. As in the first 2-3 hours, I'm supposed to be in the farm.
Wow.
So if I'm supposed to go to the farm on a Tuesday morning, I check on my itinerary to see if I don't have any meeting in the morning. As early as 4 a.m. I'll be out of town. Because by 5:30, by 5:36 I should be in the farm. By 7:30, I'm on my way back to Kumasi. Sometimes change from the farm. Come all the way here to come and work.
Wow.
That's why I told you I have selected days where I go to the farm. But on the weekends I don't miss my farm. I'm always there on weekends because those are the times I can get to spend more hours with the farmers and with the laborers on the farm.
Do you have any personal life story, like life on your own, fun, anything fun? Because I see you work from work to farm and all that. Do you have fun?
I've had enough fun when I was a young man.
But still, you know that all work and no play.
I do Saturday soccer. Some Saturdays I do soccer Saturdays. Go back to where I grew up from. Play with my guys Saturdays. Or sometimes Sundays in the evening I play with my guys. That's the only thing I get to do.
As fun.
As fun.
I think I need to take him out, right? To just let him have proper fun. Okay, so this is Entrepreneurs Moment with Boakyewaa.
Fun to me is about making more money. You can only have fun when you have a lot of money.
Really?
So for now, Boakyewaa, please, for now, let me go through the struggles. Spend time with the farm. Spend time with my station. Then
when you are Akokra, where we can't take you anywhere.
No, Akokra.
Then
no, Akokra.
Akokra
is instead of
I beg, I can see some grace and all that. So, yes, you are watching Entrepreneurs Moment with me, Mami Boakyewaa. The show is supported by EMB Ahimfe, and I want to tell you about their great services. you need to listen and you need to give us a slot here to come into it. So we realized that Kaya love what they do, but there needed to be an innovation to it. So what did we do? We added some innovativeness to it. We have what we call the grocery shopping services for Kayais. We empower them through bead making, like you see on my hand. We empower them through hairdressing and everything. But as they are doing that, they need to feed. So we connect them with busy persons like Nana here, who is very busy. All he has to do is to go to a Play Store, download our app. We have an app. It's called the Kaya app. And then he will send us his grocery list. He just has to write it, take a picture, and send it to us. And then we will get a groomed Kaya, do the shopping, and bring it to him right here at the comfort. But sometimes, you know, these people, they want to go to the market and do the shopping themselves. Don't worry. We will get you an assigned Kaya who will go around with you for you to do all the shopping. Show you the corners where you can get the affordable and quality ones. And then you just give us a little look of you. Just go to Play Store, type in Kaya app, Kayaapp, and download the app, install it, and then just sign up and call us. Order whatever you need. Is it market runs? Is it order and then you pick up later? Is it order and you want us to deliver? We are there to help you. Kaya app, you be duja. Aye, you be dinaja. Aman. Nana, your final words before we wrap up.
Final words. Farming is a new ish, as the word ish is a new word to most Ghanaians. You can't be an absentee farmer. You can only be a good farmer when you're dedicated to what you do. I advise the youth today my advice to the youth of today, it's not all about the shirts, it's all about the jackets.
But you are looking good.
The other side of me wasn't good, as we said. Farming is not a punishment that we used to see in schools. Farming is what keeps most countries running. And I still repeat, Adam and Eve were not given anything. All they had was a land for them to work on. A friend of mine, a very good farmer, will tell you, in tree, we are seeing sika near the baby. If you are comfortable this way, be comfortable. But I am not comfortable this way. That's why I combined the two. I went to school to go and learn. And what I learned in school is what I use in working in the corporate world. But my passion for farming is what I'm just pursuing.
Okay, so there you had it from Nana Kwasi Sarpong Mantey, General Manager of Otec FM and a farmer, all the way in a freezy, right? A freezy, Ashanti region, Agogo area. Yes. You've been watching Entrepreneur's Moment with Boakyewaa, and this has been one of my best shows and one of my best interviews, doing two interviews at the same time, one on the farm and one here. And don't forget that the program comes to you every Thursday at 6 p.m. on all our platforms, EMB Ahimfe via Hapa TV. Now the show is supported by Hapa Space, your co-working space, High Ghana High Loyalty, Think Africa Institute, and Kaya App Services. My name continues to be Odikro Bakope, Mame Wachakoko, Odikro of EMB Ahimfe. And as I always say, be a boss, date a boss, build an empire. And the boss simply means built on self-success. Thank you. See you same time next week.